Hi Nailicious lovers, I'm glad to have you guys on my channel. On today's menu we've got special coconut chicken pie. This coconut chicken pie is one in town, very delicious and special. But if you're new here, please on the notification bell to all notifications. The first ingredient is this chicken breast that has been washed and cleaned. I'm going to add it to the food processor to mince it up. If you don't have a food processor, just use your knife to slice the chicken, or you can buy the already minced chicken. For the dried ingredients, we'll be needing a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, teaspoon of baking powder. You will need a bowl and a strainer. Add the baking powder, salt with the nutmeg. And we've got 4 cups of plain flour with half cup of coconut flour. Now I'm going to add the coconut flour into the strainer just to air it out because of the lumps. I like to add the dried ingredients because it will make you to achieve a fine smooth dough that will be easy for you to work with. I'm adding 3.5 cups of plain flour in here, and I'll set the remaining half cup aside. I'm adding 200 grams of cooking margarine, and I'll cover it to let the food processor mix the dough for me. Now if you don't have a food processor, just use your hands to mix it until you achieve the crumbs. Now I'm adding 1 cup of coconut milk. Honestly, this KitchenAid food processor makes life a lot easy in the kitchen. This is what your dough should look like after mixing it with your hands or in the food processor. I'm just gonna divide the dough and let it rest. Leave it in the fridge for 15 minutes. If you don't have a fridge, you can leave it on your kitchen counter a little bit longer than 15 minutes. For the filling, we'll be using spring onions, potato, carrot that has been washed and cleaned. I'll add it to the food processor to cut it into cubes for me. Also add the potato. You can use your knife. Organic coconut oil, tablespoon of shredded fresh coconut, teaspoon of thyme and rosemary, seasoning cube, red onions, teaspoon of chicken salt. To make the filling of this delicious coconut chicken pie, we'll start by adding 2 tablespoons of coconut oil into a saucepan. Once the oil heats up, add the onions and stir fry it for a minute. Add the thyme and rosemary, add the seasoning cubes that has been crushed, add the chicken salt but not all. Now you stir everything together to activate the flavors. Going in with this soft chicken and stir it together so that the chicken would absorb all the herbs with the seasoning powder and the onions. You'll notice that I did not use curry powder for this recipe. Add the remaining chicken salt and I'll stir it and add 1.5 cup of water. If you're using a soft chicken like this one, you don't need to add much water. Let me know in the comment section if you've tried coconut chicken pie before. I'll cover it to let it cook for 8 minutes. Now I'm going to add the thickener, which is just a tablespoon of plain flour with coconut milk. That will help to thicken it up, like make it a little bit creamy, not runny. Going in with the carrot and the Irish potato, I'll add the spring onions, shredded coconut, and stir everything together, you would notice that I've got more carrots in there than the Irish potato. Cover it to cook for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, this is the consistency that we're looking for. The filling is ready. The carrot is still a little bit crunchy, but it's still going to cook in the oven. Set it aside to cool down. Now crack 1 egg in a plate and whisk it very well and set it aside. The dough is not as sticky as it was before now. Adding a plain flour on the kitchen bench, and I'll add one of the dough on top of it and roll it in and out. It's a lot easier to work when you've already divided the dough. Set that one aside and add another dough and roll it in and out. Adding a spoonful of the filling that has cooled down completely and cover it up. To seal the pie, I'm using a kitchen brush to apply the egg around the cutter and stamp it in. Press it hard, remove the excess dough around it, press it again and lift it up. From the logo, it's gonna be yummy. Rolling out this dough to show you the second method on how you can seal your pie. If you've watched up to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel, please click on that red button to subscribe. After rolling out the dough in and out, I'm going to add another spoonful of the filling. You don't need to add too much, otherwise you won't be able to seal it up. Use the egg wash with the brush and apply it on the dough, just as I'm doing. Then lift the dough and seal it up. Next, use the cutter, press it down, remove the excess dough round it, press it again before lifting it up. Neat and yummy. If you don't have a pie cutter, this third method is for you. You can still achieve the best coconut chicken pie by rolling in the dough in and out. Use any small soup plate of your choice, place it on the dough and use the kitchen knife to go around it. Remove the excess dough and gently lift the soup plate out. Add the filling at the middle of it. Use the kitchen brush to apply some egg wash. Press it down a little bit before using the fork to seal it up side by side, or whichever way that works for you. Use the same fork to adjust the edges. Delicious coconut chicken pie, very neat. Apply some egg wash on it. That will give it that golden brownish color and shiny. Transfer it to a preheated oven and let it bake for 30 minutes, depending on the hotness of your oven. After 30 minutes, we've got the best coconut chicken pie. Guys, enjoying it with a cup of tea. You need to perceive the aroma of this coconut chicken pie. Why not share this video with your friends? Let's see how the inside looks. Very creamy and delicious. With the carrot inside it, it looks so good and the taste is amazing. Don't forget to tag me if you tried any of my signature recipes, and you can put this delicious coconut chicken pie in the freezer. Just bring it out and microwave it and it will be as fresh as ever. Thank you so much, guys.